surprised. Oh shit, I gotta, hold on, fix some of these levels real quick. Made a couple adjustments, and this needs to maybe go up a little bit. Pretty good if it's auto updating or not. Microphone check, no, too much. Mic check 1, 2. I guess it's as high as it is though, huh? Well, maybe I don't need to dip it that hard, period. Oh, whatever. It's gonna be like this now. Hopefully, I can still be heard but not make everything sound ridiculous. I'll listen to this later. We'll find out. Vamos a ver, vamos a ver. Okay, let's see. I think I got everything. Let's see there. Let's figure some shit out. Yeah, a little bit of stream time. The last song was damn it, I'm just drawing a blank on what that song's called. It's from my album Happy Monster. It's called fuck, gone. How would you do it? This is the expert, also from Happy Monster. If you kind of want to look and make sure this shit's on shuffle like it's supposed to. Alright, good. I like it when it's on shuffle. So I have been working on a project with my homie Slim. He's got an album called Lost Island coming up. And but that's important information, but hold that thought for a second. Let me talk about this shit for a second. This is just like my default setup for how I run. Like, I like to start my projects. I don't always end up using it exactly like this, but it's because you kind of, so I don't have to set up some of these buses later. And the reason why is just because this bus right here primarily, I like to split it between the high frequencies and lows, and I just grouped it in such a way to do it myself. And then when I split them, what I do is, so in this high bus, everything goes from here and then gets picked up also by the low bus here. So this group here says, hey, I'm going to take all this shit that the kit's picking up, which is where I just dump everything. The drum kit goes there. I usually throw my subs in here. Other different samples, depending on how I'm using them, will show up in here. All this shit goes through the high pass gate first. So then to pick up the low that I'm missing, if this is only going to be a high eventually, I haven't talked about it yet, is I need this low to say, hey, let's pick up all these highs though, but before we get rid of all the lows. So just take it as it is and roll off all the highs with this low pass. So I'll write everything through there and I do some shit, but that's not super important from there. And the high stuff here, I use some sidechain EQ, and I gotta fix my defaults at some point to something I'll actually closer to something I might use. But what I do here is I'll just, everything that's coming from the kit, and usually subs or samples and whatnot, then you go through here and they get picked up by the low bus. We saw that having a high low pass, so it's only picking up the low end here. And then somewhere around that same cutoff, I have a high pass here. So then after it gets pulled out here, this takes the whole signal and says, okay, well, low bus, cut off the high, I'm the high bus, I'm gonna cut off all the low. And then I'll do some dynamic shit in here as well too, but the main gist is that just I'm splitting these up so that I can kind of manage them a little bit more, I don't know, micromanagey. It makes it easier for me to do some of the shit that pops into my head. And I'm like, oh man, I want to do this as just a high, or like, I want to do like a multi-band, like the people call it OTT in Ableton. But this multi-band dynamics tool, And there's, I don't know, it could be called any number of things from program to program as far as stock plugins go, and there's other stuff just out there. Like, there's some cool stuff from REA or RE or whatever it's called. Graphics look kind of old school, which I'm fine with. But they're like relatively powerful and responsive tools. TDR's got some really cool shit. Anyway, so, but this is what a lot of people use. You do that, but what if I'm like, okay, I want this high bus though, this high band. I also want to put an additional gate on it, or this or that or whatever. Like, you want to add some, a little bit of saturation, right? But you can't do that with just this, because it takes it all in, splits it, does the things, and then sums it back up. So you can't like insert your own additional effects in here. So what I do here is I just create my own version of it, and instead of giving myself 3 bands, I only give myself 2. Anyway, most of that shit doesn't matter. So back to Slim. Well, my homie Slim and I. This is Plata y Oro, and it's from my album Hot Glitch, I think. Anyway, so my homie Slim and I have been working on a project, and I'm gonna pull that up. Well, I'm gonna pull up part of what we've been working on, like one of the project files from the larger project. One step of the project I'm gonna pull up. If I can figure out what I'm doing. I forget shit. I get lost easy. Don't mind me. It takes time. It takes time. We all gotta be patient. Anyway, so let's see. Stop, homie. Sorry, this is what I called one of the project pieces, because I was just recording me saying, "Hey, Slim, stop, homie." I think that's what I said. Hey, maybe I'll say that tonight. That he has a habit of dropping in, which I appreciate. I wish I could get my shit together more to have more time to just sit and watch some streams too myself. I miss that. I haven't had some time lately. It's been a minute. Anyway, mix down. That's what I want. So, we've been working on this project. We'll listen to it some in a minute. Okay, no, it's just the regular pickup for a second. There's a little hiccup when it first loads a project. So my voice, I don't even know if it was noticeable on the stream. I noticed it tripped me out. But in putting this all together, he's like working on just like pretty much going through finishing touches on all the stuff to get the album just put together. And so it's like, I don't know. I know how it is for me when I'm at that point in this whole process. It's just a lot of shit and trying to figure out. That's like all different from project to project, right? Very different degrees of completion, I imagine. From I'm assuming a bit from the little bits that I've heard, but like, you know, it sounds like the final push to putting together an album, which is some shit, you know. But anyway. So in working on this track, he was just having some mixing issues, getting shit to not sound muddy. He was had it all on his system. He was like, "Ah, it sounds fine." Throws it in the vehicle, and on the bigger system, it doesn't sound fine anymore. So he goes and messes with it. Well, we talk about some things too. Like, he mentions it to me, and it's like, "Hey, you know, what do you think?" And gave him some ideas, and worked on it some more. And but I said, I was like, you know, I was like we're working on this shit. I got other shit to work on too, but like, I don't have anything like I like this. I like working with homies, you know. So I was like, hey, like, I could also just take a peek at it, run it, clean up on the mix, and then send it back to you, and you can do the final touches on your mix and master. And so he worked on it some more and then sent me some stuff. So he asked me to go through like a sort of a run through. Anyway, that last song was Plata y Oro from my album Hot Glitch. We're going to listen to this song here and check out how hot it's coming through my system. All right. It's coming in pretty hot through the master at the end here, and I don't have any additional effects. This is limiters so that I can see where peaks are at, like the main tops. So this is just the mix right now. It's coming through with actually like some decent levels. This compressor isn't doing anything. Actually, I can even just turn that all the way off. It just so I can see this little graphic output here. I was just using it to monitor peaks and envelopes and whatnot. But Slim, like, I don't know. I think this is why, like, I think we get along so well creatively. Is like, we have similar mentality in the way we approach some of the stuff. Where we're like he didn't want to send the shit to me at first, even though it was like an offer, right, and give him some free time to look at other stuff. But like, he's like interested, passionate about his work, right, and he wants to learn about it. So he's like, hey, I want to figure out what I can, and then when I get like kind of exhaust my ideas, I'll send what I got to you. I was like, sounds great. I was like, that's how I like doing it too, you know. And so I don't know where I was going with that, but he sent me like where we're at now, and and so he wants to learn from this also, like, hey, like how do I fix this shit? Like in the future, if I have this problem, like how do I like go about fixing it? Which is a complicated question, this one, just because it's a really like a complex project, this song, the way it's set up. Maybe not more than like, maybe I shouldn't say it's really complex, like relative to any other, it just kind of depends, I guess. But it's got a lot to it. There's like several tracks I'm working with in this that he sent me. And so he asked me to kind of just do a quick run through of like, you know, how I went about pulling this all apart. I think I'm gonna pull maybe the volume down just air, because how do I do this so that I don't forget to undo it is my question to myself. Maybe if I do it on the master it won't matter, because I won't be sending anything from there anyway, so it shouldn't matter. I want to be able to leave it running while I'm talking, but not have it be like trying to fit my additional vocal track of me just chatting into a nearly finished like loud project. So what I was saying is all this stuff. So there are a lot of tracks. It looks like a little bit more than it really is because of the way that I have them grouped. And then I made some like I named the buses and tracks based on just kind of like how the flow felt to me as I was trying to put this together, not necessarily how they were originally being routed. So like I got this thing down here that was called send 1 and send 2. And yeah, send 1 and send 2. This has still got no name. Actually, I don't know if fix X is bugging me. So I grouped some things that had some similar qualities that I could try and mix together in groups and be able to handle them dynamically and get kind of a natural feel of, you know, fitting them back together. And so another funny aside, it's gonna be taking me forever to fucking say all this shit. Like, put me on 2 times or some shit, you know? Anyway, so side track here. Wait, hold on. Wrong monitor. That was the monitor with the delay. Okay, live monitor. I fucked up my finger today. I was sweeping. It doesn't matter why. I was sweeping. You know, people sweep. And, but the broom I had, it was a metal broom. And it fucking snapped. So I was like sweeping with it, and it snapped and opened up like a tin can. And so my hand slipped off because it like just gave suddenly. And so when my hand slipped off, the tin can snapped back closed like a fucking, like an angry robot mouth, and just bit my finger and just took a chunk, like bit a whole chunk. It like didn't pull it out, but like bit a chunk into my finger. It was gross. Anyway, so I got this big clumsy finger to work with this evening because of that. So That was my exciting gore for the night. I get grossed out by shit like that. I don't like. That's the worst part. I was like, ew. Look at him getting a bandage, cleaning it up and stuff. It's just not my thing. I'm not a nurse for a reason. Not my comfort zone. But. So anyway, so I got all these tracks. So a couple of problems. One problem I had, it's totally kind of irrelevant to the questions about mixing it, but it's just sort of like a I don't know, technical problem. So Slim is working on this in FL Studio, and I'm working in Ableton. And so I'm sure there's a way to like know it. Like I'm sure it's like algorithmic why it happens and how and when it happens, but the basic thing that happens is when I get just stems from someone else, sometimes where Ableton decides the like max and min are is kind of funky. So like some of these I'm gonna try to find a track that's like pretty bad, but like some of these came in really, really hot. Like this one doesn't look too bad, I don't think. Yeah, but so I ended up lowering that a little bit just as when I was going through the main mixing process. But there's some that I had to lower like a bit. Is this one of the really big ones? Yeah, I think it doesn't look like it, but when you get to here, it's like huge. Yeah, that's not too bad. That was a normal mix. Okay, never mind. This though, I think this is one of the ones that was pretty big. Come on, where are the huge ones? This one, these kicks. So there's these super snappy kicks right here that are just sitting here to add just like some more like, you'll hear it right here as it comes in, just some hard emphasis, just subs, right? Like just snap it in there. And it's cool, but these peaks were just like too high the way it came in. So I ended up having to lower like that a bunch. There's one of these other channels, like tracks that came in like weird, super high because of the way that Ableton decided to read it. And there are a bunch of reasons why it could have happened. It doesn't really matter why. Here's the one that came up weird. Like this thing's like just a monster when we get into here. So I had to drop like almost 13 dB off it. Why are you not giving me trouble? Oh no, I know what happened. I think I have a compressor on it. So the compressor eats it all up. Let me turn off the compressor for a second and do this. And so it just sounds really funky coming in that hot. And there's other dynamics that are taming it more too at the top of the bus here, the Vox bus. But anyway, so I just had to, touch those up to get them the levels that made sense for me, routing it all different. And then from here, so turn that back is the same. Yeah, from there. Okay. So the two main problems I ran into was this. Let's see if I can find a way to see it pretty easy. I want to say this one. Actually, no, here. You can see it over here pretty well. So there's like a sort of a reference track here. And if you get and look at the reference track, like this shit right here is like really, really high peaks compared to these down here. So like, if I zoom in a bit, like they're hitting the top of mine, like the top of behind this point. So what's happening is we're getting clipping and or aliasing that's going on here. Now this is just this, this was the combined. So then if I add up all those other things before, right, I'm getting like hard clipping shit like that. And then on top of that, where we see more of it is this. We won't hear it because this is just the reference track. I don't have any of this like sound coming through for us to hear right now. But if I show in this like monitor just the bass end of it here, like I can just cut all this off. So I'm just letting this stuff down. It's just that stub for the most part. A little bit of the low end, there's little claps and shit. But like two things going on here. One is those snaps when we're at the kick parts. So let me shorten some of these so we can see those kicks. But up here in what I was calling the kit drum bus here, these little snappy parts of those kits, when they were coming in the original, like they were coming in right in this section. Let's take a look at those. That's, oops, I missed it. There we go. Watch these snaps here. Actually, this is the best place to see the difference. Huge peaks, and then this is where the sustain is way down here by comparison. So that's like a full, I don't know, on the way this is 0 relative to this one's 0 dB. It's going from negative 3.9 all the way down to negative almost 9.5, right, to hit the sustain. And then on top of that, we have sort of this floor noise. And so it's not like the floor like zero sound at all quiet, but like where the quiet sounds are all down here, which is all the way another 10 dB down. And so what happens is when we get to there with all those lows, when we try and smash, one of two things happens. Either everything else gets mixed in and all we're hearing is the snap and we lose all the bass because it's too low, those sustains are too low, or we push it and then the snap gets clipped and it sounds cool because it's just more snappy now. Most of the time, there's ways that can be great. I mean, it could be adding to some of the mud sometimes, but it's usually not the issue I run into. Is sort of like intentional distortion, really. But anyway, but then the sustains getting up there, but then at that point, you've moved everything else up so much that now it's pushing way too much volume up into that high end, and either clipping and or causing weird aliasing problems. So anyway, in trying to make shit loud, that spread was just a little bit too wide. So most of the stuff I did here was just trying to like minimize sort of the peak to noise floor level there, so there's just not so much distance in between them. By the time they get, out of the mix, by the time they basically come into this master bus here, let me get you up there for a second in case I use that later. So like, when they come in through here, right, like I want this stuff, like we still get these nice silence right here, still way lower, but we can hear some of it. And then fat subs right there, right? Still super snappy, right? You got that big old peak at negative 5.5, sustains down at negative 8. That's still like a big difference because that big like super low end sustained, it can muddy stuff up. So that low sustain's nice, but it was just like so much lower before that it was just messy trying to get it all together with the rest of the lows and then the sustain of the bass. It was too much squishing going on with the dynamic effects. And I thought there would be some phasing and stuff that was going on in here, and that was really only came up in a couple samples that like it's one of these vocal samples that goes left to right a lot, and so it creates a little bit of canceling, but it's only within its like own channel, and then once it mixes with everything else, it doesn't even fucking matter. Like you still hear it. It doesn't cancel anything out, anything else out that causes any problems. So I did some just light tidying just to make sure that like later on down the list when we mash it all together, it's not a big problem. But otherwise, it's like mostly effects type stuff. So before we get to the complicated shit, there, like down here, so there's just a side chain dynamics. So when the guitar comes in, so like this right here, this was on those pads in the, I called it the pad sustain. So it's just those like, I guess those are keys too. This is the synth. I set them backwards, labeled them backwards. But so there's little keys in the synth here. I called this the pad sustain group because it's just like it's more of the sustained, rhythm and melody coming, or the sustained melody coming through. Whereas this guitar just comes in this little bit here, and it's just real light, and it's just that little tinkle, you know, it's the garnish on top. But it's really easy to wash that out, and so I wanted it to just be like, not louder, but more articulate, like you can hear it also. And so what I did is I just I took, where was I? It was on a couple spots. I feel like I lost where I was. Yeah, there, yeah. So on this pad sustain group, like I threw that on. So what it does is I took this external channel side chain from the guitar channel 14. So what it does is when we get here to the guitar section, as it sends stuff through, oh no. So when I fixed it, it's not even, oh no, bypass, there you go. I might have, shit, I hope I didn't have that off. I might have to send you a brush copy. But so what it does is just on the bands where we're like sense making with the sound of those guitars are where these peaks are coming out. Those are those harmonics and subharmonics that are coming through. And so right on those, just those little narrow bands where they're, you know, where they're actually chatting, that's where I have them cause these dips to come in with the dynamic EQ on the other channel. So it tells we're like, hey, like keys and pads, you won't shut up. Can you like chill just for a second here and there so I can get 1 or 2 words in? And so it just dips in a little bit to allow those 1 or 2 words in. And then it goes right back to telling all the shit, right? So it's not like we had to make the keys any louder. They still got to be nice and quiet and sit in the back, be reserved, or not the guitar. They got to be that, you know, the little quiet, reserved guitar. But it didn't, excuse me. It's not like changing sort of the mood that you had established, you know, like kept that personality to the guitar. So like tricks like that, I like a lot of sidechain stuff for mixing, because sidechain dynamics, because then you can create little bits of space, just a little here and there, just tiny little cuts to give the other things, the other tracks room to chat, room to sing a little, you know, to step out. I don't know if it's silly, but I like to kind of think of it in 2 different ways. One is when you have multiple tracks like this, think of them as kind of like different performers on stage in like in a big group number, right? They're all their little parts to fit in, and some have the big front and center roles where they're singing a lot and performing a lot. Some have the little bits where they just have that pause to get in. It's a little voice, a short, you know, line here and there, and then just that's it. But all that put together tells that big story that Slim's told here. The other way I like to think, just because it like pleases me working wise while I'm working, is I like to just think of this as like especially mixing, it works really well for me mentally, is like getting a big chunk of like stone or marble or whatever, and like kind of approaching it like a sculptor, or I'm just like chiseling off little pieces here and there until we get the piece, you know, the shape we want. In this case, you know, I'm trying to figure out how to carve out pieces out of a lot of bigger pieces to make it fit together like a nice neat puzzle, right? So, but anyway, so to the kit and bus stuff, like I mentioned at the beginning that the toughest part here was dealing with just the bass overpowering everything else, especially this super low end. So I got this for the low end. Oh, I actually even broke this down slightly differently. I didn't route it quite the same way. I just said the low stuff is kicks and the subs are going into the low channel, because most of them didn't have any stuff that was high enough up here to worry about too much. And then the high channel was all the other stuff that was, you know, like percussion-y. Except for this. This is like a vocal bit that I ended up moving into here. Oh no, I lied. This is not what I thought that was. Okay. So yeah, all percussion-y stuff, right? And then I went to here and same thing. There wasn't really any low signal that was particularly articulate. It wasn't really important pieces of this that was telling any part of the story. It was stuff that we just didn't notice. I'm like, remove all the low end I can when it's low end that I'm not using. So that just helps like just clean up some of the little bit of space around this sub here, which is really the huge presence in the low end. And then so that cleans up some of it. And then I just, adjusted the levels here so I can get the kick, that snap from the kick, and then the subs relative to each other where I wanted them so they come through. Once I put them together, I use this gate. And I only use one gate. I thought I had two gates here for a second. So one of the things I'll do with gates is, just because the bass, the low end can be so overwhelming to some of the rest of the sound, is I try to basically just cheat away as much of the bass as I can without removing any of the like intention or the feel of the bass that like I was going for, like in this case when I'm working with Slim, what Slim was going for here. But every tiny little bit that I can carve away leaves more room for all the other sounds to like actually kind of stretch out a little bit. And so like this first bass here, I put a sidechain filter on it. It's built in, so it's only looking at the signal from 80 and below, because it is a low pass filter. And so then what it does is, based on whatever those low signal is, and so that just tells it to ignore any of the higher stuff in case there's some like, any of the little snap or, space or room verb or anything like that in there on any of those samples. It's only acting on the low parts. And so as soon as those subs are gone, it doesn't give a shit if there's a little bit of high air left. It just starts tapering away. And so I set the release, so it tapers kind of slow. It takes a minute or a second and a half to go all the way down. But bring that floor way down so it's just like, eventually gets to 0. And then I fiddled with the threshold to get where I wanted. I first thought with this low stuff that I might put 2 gates in a row here, do one gate with the threshold way up here, and just a really small cut from this floor here, just like a -3 or something, to drop the floor off of the signal. And then do another one after it that was more like this and then lower. But I think when I first tried to do it, I was just cutting too much out of these lower notes, and it was taking away that whole low end note, right? It was going from being this subtle little thing that helps just like punctuate that part of the song into just not even being there. It was just a rest. And so I had to kind of change it. So now you see it cuts quite a bit off afterwards, but it's such a subtle part of it to begin with that I was noticing like the sustain's so low that you can't hear it with everything else anyway. So I was like, well, if it just trails off a little bit, then you don't even notice. It's still there to support the rest of the sound, but it's not like pushing, because it doesn't need to keep pushing once it gets there. Like that's all it's really there for, is support it after that first like attack hits. And then how am I doing on how long I've been oh, not bad. I've been talking super fast, I bet. Okay. So then in the high stuff, I don't think it was too bad. Yeah, I just did a little bit of compressor on it to just sort of stabilize any of the peaks some. So yeah, there's just a little bit of these peaks that I was taking off at times so stuff didn't get too unruly coming out of here. When I put stuff back together, I probably did some little touching up here, like a little gate here, looks like just to cut some of the... Oh, I didn't even use this gate. Oh, I was probably just looking at it to see like the shape of the envelopes of sound as they were coming through, and then just never took it back out. Or I might have toyed with it, the idea of cutting some of that end off, but it ended up not being worth it. I think I ended up going the other direction with it, somewhere up here. Yeah, no changes there, no changes there. So then all this stuff, all the low end goes to the kick and subs, and then all of these ones that I had in the high bus, they get pumped up into the drum bus here, and just this tiny little bit of cut on the low. Oh, I did do a high pass, so I think the high pass on the super low, 14 hertz. And then I think I did drop this a little bit, yeah. So then I used a little shelf also at 17 hertz and dropped just a hair. And so all this was doing was like all of the notes that we're using with the sub end up dropping. Yeah, I think the lowest there is, let's see, so it's like 20, 30. And then there's a little bit that tails off back between 20 and 30 there, hertz. So it just drops off a tiny bit of the inaudible frequencies just so it's pushing a little bit less. And trying to check it. Oh, I was like, why is it so louder without that on? It's because of this. So let's go to -3, so we're going to put that back. It's too loud. Let me do... Can I do both at once? Ooh, like this? Will it work? No, it won't. Okay. I was trying to find an easy way to basically just get rid of this and be like, see that, like it's almost no difference in sound, but it's hard if I have to click twice and hear the difference. Yeah, so it's like the same law, the same character roughly. That saves us a little bit on the buses later, especially too when the master comes in, when you're doing the master. Like, even if you're doing multi-band dynamics, these peaks are going to be a little bit less like just slammed up to the top squares, you know. They're going to be a little bit more character to them so that your whatever dynamics you put on it, whether it's a little compression, even the limiter, maximizer, whatever, doesn't have to work so hard and potentially get a little muddy if it makes it tough to figure out the attack and release that makes it work for whatever you want. So anyway, then once I put those back together, then I was like, why don't we split them up again between high and low? Oh, and this high pass was just to add in. So there's this bit here where it goes to, for everyone who doesn't know, this section here, the little high end gets a low pass on it, just taking a little bit off the top. And I don't remember if that's exactly how, or I don't know if that's exactly how Slim had set it up initially. So it's adjustable, like we can go back and fix this if needs be. But I tried to get at least the same character based on what he had so far. But yeah, so that drops that down and then rolls it back up to give it that kind of more radio feel. Anyway, so but then I broke it up into here. We got this low end, just this shit. Plus those little kick snaps, snappy kicks that were in there before. Here's the whole thing with the high percussion and the low stuff. So that's still coming in fucking all this bass, boom. Right, like, let's take a look at spam. We're gonna spam it. Just bass, 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 so much bass. I think there's a little bit of high stuff out here that, no, I'm pushing through here, right? Actually, what did it look like before I threw that on there? I guess I pushed this a bit. I want to go from there. Let's go from the beginning. Give it all to me. I want to hear this bit here with it's kind of neat, but it's a little bit frenetic. It's like a little bit jerking me back and forth in a way I like. But it doesn't work when everything's put together with all the rest of the song. This is kind of like its own goofy thing when it's like that. It's just a different feel when it's by itself. Fuck, this is fun. Can we do something with just like this? Also, not instead of, but also. Anyway, so there's just all that stuff, right? So I broke up into here, so we got this low end, just the low, the whole subs channel, and this middle stuff picks up some of that clap. A little bit of that, I call it typewriter sound. A little clicking. And then we got this, the high end. So all that shit going through there. And so I just broke those up in these sections based on kind of what sounded like. You can kind of see it here visually too, right? Like the claps in here somewhere. So try to get that somewhere between 2 and like the 3 is right here. And then the high end's all the stuff right here where some of the other like little hat comes in, which is above 3. And then part of this, when I'd gone through and tried to re-level all the stuff, so it was just a little bit more similar peaks. Because I don't want the same peaks, because then I just get a song that's all the same loud the whole way through, which is not what Slim gave me. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to get that same thing. So once I get this, if some of the character doesn't go kind of similar to as I'm listening back and forth to the original and what I got in the new mix, gotta adjust this a little bit. So that's part of what I was using this for also. It's like, okay, well, how bassy is the bass? Let's get that same feel. Okay, now those mids on with that stuff, how do those claps and those typewriter clicks sound, right? And then on this one, you know, like what do those hats sound like in the original mix versus this mix? Get the same feel, but be able to push it a little bit more even, a little bit louder, but just not so like, you know, highest end, like so not so high on the max peaks, you know. And then so anyway, that was to like even out those bits, get a shape a little similar, more like what was in the reference that Slim sent me, that you sent me, Slim, if you're watching this in the future. Hello, future Slim. So I talked a little about this guitar bit here and the pads and synths. I put those all together. My channel, that group that in my default settings I just call sidechain group, because it'll just be these 2 groups that I break them into, just the drum bus and sidechain. But when I do have vocals, I quite often give them their own 3rd group. And so we had this vocals group where I put most of the stuff that had any vocals in it at all. I think there were some exceptions. There's some bits in Send and Send that have vocals, because I'll get to that. So this is just the main vocal part. Then we got some oohs in here. Some more, another treatment to the oohs. And so this is sort of one other send that came with it. It's got some reverb on it. I think there's a couple other effects too, where it has a little bit of like more aggressive auto tune on it. It gives this a fun little like, I was talking to someone about it. I said it gives it this more like dreamy feel. It sounds like, you know, those dreams where like nothing you normally think you should be able to do, you can. Everything like goes wrong. You can't like, you can't move normal speed. You can't have the same like normal, like, I don't know, like dexterity you would have, or like just think through shit like you normally would be able to see. Like, you know, everything just goes wrong. Like, and so that weird like talking, like, I don't know. Well, it also kind of like what it reminds me of, because it's a little bit like sudden and frenetic. I don't know if this sounds fucked up to other people, but like I can say this because it's me. But like, so I have seizures, and one of the main ways that they manifest, like I don't have like full blown like unconscious, my entire body's like you know, seizing sort of problems. I have focal seizures or partial seizures are like the most debilitating one that I have. So those are the ones that, like, when I'm talking to the family and we say I'm having a seizure, we're usually talking about that. But I also have a lot of little myoclonic jerks that are atypical. They're related to my goofy little super rare genetic disease. But so it affects sometimes my speech in general, but also my diaphragm. And so, like, it gives you that feel like I'm losing control of my own words for a second, which connects back to that, like, not controlling shit in the dream. Anyway, I digress. But back to this shit. So anyway, all that really weird sort of dreamy anxiety dream effects are in this channel here. So I do some see what I have on here. Got some compression. Got some compression up here on that one, on this vocal channel, just to manage some of these peaks a little bit more. I dropped the threshold down quite a bit because I was using RMS instead of peak, and because it's got a pretty soft knee on it, and so, like, you can see the peaks don't drop off that much, even though it looks like some relatively big. It's only getting about 3.5 dBs it's cutting off, but it looks, you know, that's significant. But then I have a little boost of 1.5 at the end too, that just gets it all back up, and we can hear. I could do even more if I wanted it as loud, but when it was mixed in with everything else, it didn't need to be. So I only added another 1.5 gain on the out. It's way more detail than's necessary there. Similar stuff here. I went back through the EQ to look on these oohs, say which frequency bands don't matter as much. I was able to cut out a little bit with this shelf, drop 3 off everything below. Oh, I remember I did that on purpose, partly just because the main not harmonic, the root, is that the word? But it was like too aggressive, and because it's like coming through almost the same down here too, so I was like, no, we gotta drop it a little bit just to even all that out, so it wasn't coming out so hard. It was like, what was happening is just that frequency was just like piercing through the rest of the mix, at least the way I had it set up. Because in the reference it doesn't sound like that, but like I move shit around, you know, and so it was coming just way too hot compared to everything else I had in here, and so like I just dropped that down a little bit, so everything was a little bit more like even now instead of quite so much of a slant on those harmonics after the main part there, and then so that evened this out, so just everything was close to the levels I wanted. Oh, let's see. Yeah, relatively light compression on it here, and then brought it down a little bit too on the out, just so it wasn't so loud, because, let's see. Yeah, it was, some of it was coming in too hot, like all the stuff together, because there's like some of the oohs in here and those are the oohs in there too. So it was just like bringing down a lot of it, so when it summed back together, it wasn't so big. I have to blow my nose in there. It's getting stuffy. So same idea down here on this one. Actually, it's pretty close. Same setup. And then down here, this was with the reverb. So one of the things I do with reverb, just to make sure it doesn't get a little bit too muddy in the mids and lows, once you get past about 1-2K, I usually don't have too many problems with the muddy part. It's other issues that I have problems with in the highs. But there's some couple trouble spots I find, at least that my ears don't like, where you get some clashes because of the stereo width. And so low ends could just be tough in general unless everything's super uniform, like a nice sine wave, just like really straightforward mono saw kind of setup. once you start getting more shit in there, especially any stereo width, it gets really tricky sometimes. But so what I'll do is I'll just roll the high pass up a tiny bit, only on the sides, and so that just helps get rid of any potential issues that might start creeping up there. It just kind of helps manage that some. It's not always necessary, and sometimes like that little bit of stereo width on the low end is intentional, and so there's ways to manage that too. But rolled a little bit of that off. Dropped a little bit. This is one of the trouble spots. I put it right at 400 and it covered me. Usually around 400 is where I run into it. Sometimes a little bit less, a little bit more. And then usually around 1,000, 1050. I always start at 1050 and try to feel around until I find where we're causing problems here. Usually it ends up being between like sort of two narrow bands of like notes that you're using in the key signature that you put the song together in. And so it usually sits relatively between those. It just ends up being like too much around the notes, and so then they all like run into each other in this goofy spot here. Fighting for attention, you can't understand what any of them are saying. Alright, so we got vocals coming in out here. A couple of things that I did there, just another compressor. This one I think was more aggressive. Yeah, no, I just dropped it afterwards. Just not very aggressive at all. Yeah, it's pretty chill. Pretty chill compression. This is less chill compression. Actually, it's not so bad either. It's just really hammering those peaks a little bit more than well, it's not even hammering them. That's a misnomer. Soft knee, RMS again, but I broke these into bands on those vocals just to manage. Oh, because I just wanted to get the vocal character. Part of it was it just wasn't quite the same character that it was in the reference. So then I was like, okay, even that out so it was a little bit more, especially once it was added to the rest of the stuff. So it sounded more like it sounded in the. This sounds more like I'm saying it, like I'm sing-talking, like in my ear, like in your face, just off to the side of your cheek. All night, all right? Like this is like, it's like too intimate for me. So anyway, this like made it kind of seem more natural to me, like it fit with the rest of the mix once I adjusted it. And let's see. Oh, and so I also like I'll do the sidechain shit here so that the drum kit is playing nicely with all the other sidechain stuff, and the vocals aren't getting like crowded out by everything else. The vocals can be tricky just in terms of like the articulation, because our brains are designed to pick up really quick changes in frequency of sound within certain narrow bands that are like where we normally speak. And so because it's like moving so much back and forth, like where we get like like formants and shit like that, it's easy for other sounds that are just sitting in this space to just like bully them, and then it can be hard to hear the vocals because of that. So it's nice to be able to like cut up a little space for them to be able to like tell their story. And so anyway, I'm not doing that yet. We're just something different first, where I'm just like, hey, okay, vocals, we're gonna give you some space, but before we do that, how about you don't step on the drums either? So just to be safe, although most of the stuff doesn't show up in there. I have this sidechain EQ set up, so it's external sidechain picking up from the drum bus, and No, I didn't use the mixer, so it can be post effects. And so there's this little bit of harmonic from the subs, and I want to say there's like the pop from the kick shows up in here, at least part of it. So it kicks a little, cuts a little bit out of this little narrow band here, and it also knocks a little bit off the low end out of that vocal channel. But like most of it on the low notes, it gets in there, so it's just so they don't conflict too much on the low end. The kicks and subs still get to have their say in their space. But then, so like up in the kicks, for example, actually even up in the little sidechain thing, so that was those keys and pads and guitar, like the vocals come in here. And so where most of the vocal range shows up, now we have all these dynamics cut in. So it's external sidechain I got picking up from the vocal bus, which is track 15, and just starts picking. So this is the low end of the vocal range there, so it's just dipping off, killing stuff out of that sidechain group. So this is where most of the I didn't realize there was some of the like sub sound kicking in there occasionally. Oh yeah, that's right. The low notes. I remember now on the keyboard, on the keys. Anyway, so the vocals cut bits out of those based on where the vocals show up. Right now it's just the ooh-woos. I didn't cut as much around that root frequency there, just because that root note, because it's already so intense. It's already, you can't miss it. It's already there. It's doing a good job. Right here is like some of these little mid-section of the vocal range. This sort of the high end of that, like timbre or vocal fry or what have you. The grabble you by the throat. I know it's pronounced grabble. Anyway, it's the same thing with drum bus. Take some shit out of that side chain, but I just use this compressor for that. I use this side chain high pass just so that it's not completely reacting to the those really high peaks from the lows and the kicks as much. Just rolled off a tiny bit of it, so the peaks are coming through a little bit more even when I'm cutting out of the sound. So I'm not like just overcutting some sounds and not leaving space in the other spots. So just to like some fine tuning. And the same thing in the drum bus, there is this vocal sidechain here, dynamic EQ, set up basically the same way. I set it up, I think, in this bus first, and then just copied it over and then adjusted it a little bit, maybe. I don't remember if I even adjusted on this one. I often do, but I don't know that I did. Alright, so there's a kick coming through. Most of the important kick and sub sounds are coming through here. Oh, that's what I did. I think I made it so that I didn't cut as much out of the low when I do that, because actually you get a weird feedback effect, but it works itself out. It doesn't always. Sometimes you gotta be careful of that. Live. So actually the biggest trouble I had was these, what I decided to group into sends. There were things that had like effects on them. I think I called them effects 1 and effects 2 in the bundle that I sent to you, Slim. But my problem here was just like figuring out the balance for all these effects, and then figuring out well, and there's just one more tricky thing. Most of this was pretty straightforward, this group. It was a bunch of support effects for the vocals. I love that so much. That was the thing I was saying earlier. The just wanna have is that like that weird like left right shit, the stereo problems, but it didn't matter because once it's added to the rest of the mix, it all works itself out. But yeah, that bell effect. So just all those things. The cool A Slim, I think, is in there. Yeah.
Hey, Slim.
That's right there. So this I had to lower a bit just because it was used in a different channel, so the grouping was different. So, oh no, I didn't drop it. I had to bring it up. I originally had this in a different group, I think, maybe. It was coming in too hot. And then I moved it here and it was too quiet, so I bring it back up again. Anyway, it was the whole thing. Like I got it where I wanted it, that I thought I got closer to where we wanted it. I brought this up just a tiny bit. I didn't even do it on here. Yeah, left that alone. So, but if you look here, so big. I brought it up 6 dB because it was already super quiet. This is just a support sound. It's hard to even tell it's there if I go up all the way. So you can kind of hear it. It's like ocean white noise sound effect. But it's just it's playing the support role for the rest of the tracks. And so I brought it up a little bit because it was getting overwhelmed in the group. And then, by the way, I set up this mix, so I just had to bring it up a little bit. And this grouping setup, this routing system. Alright, did I get you coming from San Juan? Wait, why does it have what? I don't think that was, I mean, it doesn't matter, it's doing the same thing. I don't know why I had it set like that. Because it is send one. Anyway, so series of compressors here to handle the dynamics coming through, just to keep everything wait, no. You know what this was supposed to be? You said two. Let's see.
Hey, Slim. What's up, homie?
Here. Yeah. Alright. So that wasn't in there. It was on the wrong channel. It's mild, but so it may not even matter. We might not care. This one is just so that I can see the out, so it's not necessary that it's there for monitoring. This one monitoring also? No. This one, so I use a series of 3 compressors here doing just slightly different takes on where stuff showed up. Oh, sorry, and then the third one is coming from the drum bus, so it just ducks based on the drums and the those percussion sounds and the subs coming through. And then same thing, vocals are cutting out of here. And so most of the stuff didn't matter. It's like I wanted as much of it to get through as possible because so we hear it just like in the original. But not have it get in the way when you can't hear it anyway, sort of thing. So it sort of ducks out in places. This keeps it from getting too unruly, mixing all of the tracks together in this group so that some of the peaks get too high. It's coming in through a little bit more even still, so I don't have to really manually fine-tune everything. Gives it a little more natural flow. So, this was the one that was tougher for me. I think this track isn't so bad. Oh no, it was just this one, only. Okay, this was the tricky track here. This thing here was, first of all, it came in like this, so it was super loud. Just relative to everything else, and so I was trying to figure out where to set it within this, but that's because, I presume just this the way it came to me. I think what happened was that the way that it mixed into the mixer for FL Studio is different than how it mixed into here, so that I couldn't figure out where to put it. So it was just like too loud. It was way louder than everything else for no good reason. But it was just like, it was just a routing issue, me trying to figure out a place to put it. So anyway, so I just had to drop it so I could drop it straight into the rest of the mix. So I took off like 9.5 dB off of it in this one. Like, it's probably not necessary in the way Slim had it set up at all. But the one trouble I ran into was most noticeable right in this section, but we can hear it here too. These snaps started coming in real hot. So when I started like managing everything else, this piece here was just a monster. And part of it's like this right here, like there's that snap, that mid-frequency snap right here that's happening around 500. Is that right? No, 5. Around 600, 617 is where I have that one. And it's just so aggressive compared to everything else around it. And so I was trying to figure out how to kind of deal with that a little bit. So I did some stuff in here to just manage the whole track coming through, some light things. I added a slight delay, so it's not competing so much with the other tracks. I give it a try to just feel out how many milliseconds make it sound like it's not so pressed, like it's not so over compressed, or like it's not clipping or overwhelming the speakers or something. And so what happens is you move this over a little bit and it just shifts that phase slightly, so the peaks aren't stacking up so hard on one another. It's just creating a little bit more peak to it. So they fit a little bit more sometimes when you get stuff where the sound's just overwhelming in the big parts. There's just like too much going on right here. When you drop that in, some of the stuff starts cleaning up all of a sudden. So then in here, check the, both of these, like this is coming from Send 1. Oh no, that's what I did. I copied this over as a reference. I bet that's where that one came from. Post effects, yeah, it's like a weird feedback situation. So this wasn't really doing anything. Let me double check on here, just run it straight through. This seems to be nothing. No input. Alright, I just want to check one more thing here.
Hey, Slim.
Yeah. This real little light tightening on those peaks. I think that was what I had intended. I just routed it, said it funny. So I guess it is probably what I had intended to send. Okay, so back in this send group that was causing some of the problems, especially with the snap, I did a couple of things to try and take care of it. I guess I wait, hold on, did I do the gate trick? No, there we are, gate trick, that's what I did. So I found out where the one of the spots where the frequency of that snap was coming through, and then I moved I just found out where some of the snappiest parts were that were overwhelming compared to the rest of the sound. And so it starts happening around 950 and up. And I started gating off just that. And so what I did is I drop it when I want to do it this way. It's sort of like a compressor from the other direction. And so what happens is like it's gonna knock, sort of too, that's like a really gross oversimplification, but it's gonna start 6 dB lower, so I just lower everything. But then for just those peaks where it's like really, really snappy, then to make it so it's not so much like, I mean, I could just use, what do you call it? transient master and lower the attack a little bit, do something similar. But anyway, so what I did here is I just did a really long attack on it, and so it can't snap straight up on those transients. It has to kind of ease into it a little bit. So you just round those peaks so they're not quite so aggressive, is what this is doing here. But that makes basically the entire track around 6 dB quieter, right? So I had to raise it back up again. I already had to lower it a bunch, so I didn't need to lower it, raise it back up. Everything. Some compression out here. What did I use you for? What were you doing? Regular compression. Yeah, so just like some peak control. Used RMS. Got a soft neon here, 6 dB. So it's just checking some of those big peaks like in here, so they don't hit quite so hard. Makes it a little bit more manageable. Just got the snaps to sit within the rest of the mix in a way that makes the kick snappy, but wasn't like overwhelming. The snap itself wasn't overwhelming everything else. Just a bunch of like little trimming. It was really all I did. It was just finding the spaces to trim where we weren't losing, the sound or the character of the song, but just kind of getting at just a couple little problem pieces and those tidied up. So, man, fucking. So much fucking fun. I like this track. Slim's got away with the bass. But yeah, so that's that. Keep an ear out for Slim's album, Lost Island, coming out sometime in the future. And Slim, I'll try and let you know this came up if you don't catch it on your own. So you can see it's there. I'm going to take a short break here. So let's do this. Let's actually switch gears here. Play some of my music. This is Ravitello from my album Hot Glitch. Or it might be from Cobalt Room. I think it's from Hot Glitch, so. But yeah, enjoy that. I'm gonna take a quick break and I'll be back. I'll leave the music playing in the meantime, so if you want to stick around and listen to music, have at it. Like I said, check out Slim's channel. That's Yo Boy, BOI Slim 9537 959. Fuck, I don't remember. Shit, he around though. I link him in some stuff. Keep an ear out, keep an eye out. Your boy Slim, 4 digits. One of them's a 9. There's a 7 in there somewhere. Possibly a 3. Quien sabe? But, like, homie knows what's up. Show him some love. And then, ¿qué más? Oh, thank you to everyone who shows up. I appreciate all the subscribers. I hit 10K recently, y'all. I hit 10K. Thank you. I appreciate it. Every little bit helps, especially y'all hitting that like and subscribe buttons. Helps me out a ton. Check out the live streams. See to be the best way to help me get closer to making the kind of living where I can pay for my meds, which I always appreciate too. And yeah, so fucking stick around or bounce out and come back later. I don't know. Do whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy. But hopefully I'll see you soon. Enjoy the music. Enjoy the break.
It's good to have goals, even if you never meet them. Then you can tell people you're proactive and goal-oriented. And people say that matters or something. Honestly, my goal was just to make this an okay post. Getting face fucked by allergies. I'm being informed that face fucked also carries another meaning. BRB, licking all the penises so nobody else could eat them. Have y'all met Jeff? Jeff sneaks into my brain at night and skeets my most shameful secrets. Why do my words so moist? BRB, gonna go crush some Facebook math quizzes. The cool music distracted me. Yo, everything live in my head rent free. You think I'm some fucking landlord? Just fist bumped the air fryer and said, "Right on, brother, if you want to know how the weed's hidden." Getting high and eating the shit out of some Indian food. Non-fungible token. BRB, getting more stoned than a biblical adulteress.
Surprise, I'm back from that break. This is the expert again. This was before the last chunk of the stream. But the shuffle do what the shuffle did. Sarlacc gonna Sarlacc. Let's see, we're going to work. Into work. Just a little bit of work. I'm gonna mess with this a little bit. Actually, also too, this just started some of these things. Yeah. Oh, that's what it was on this. I need to work on some of these sample dudes. I don't remember exactly which one this is. I'll start at the beginning so we can get a feel before I go hopping down here. I think I would do some busy work on this. You know, it's funny when I'll just think of shit during the day. I'm like, oh, this would be neat to talk about in stream. And I always forget it. It's not helpful when I'm like, this would be good. I'm gonna do busy work. No one wants to listen to me play the same sample over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But if I talk about shit while doing it, then that part's not as annoying. Maybe, I don't know. Slightly better viewing, and I still get work done, which is kind of my main point of this. But like, my thing has always been, well, if I'm working, why not have people watch it? Some things I can, like, I can't do video editing and streaming at the same time. My computer just can't handle that. You know, shit like that. But like, even the busy work, I just like sometimes like to think of shit to talk about specifically. AMA chat, AMA. Maybe I'll think of some shit. I remember I think I said it already, but this is The Expert from my album Happy Monster. Man, I got all kinds of shit. Oh, I mentioned I've been. You can even scroll back and see some of it. Scroll back, slide back. What do they call that? Scrub back. The earlier part if you want to see it. He's talking about a project I'm working on with my homie Slim. He's got an album coming out called Lost Island, and he and I are working on a track together for that. So that's been fun. But you can see some of the work we've been doing. Anyway, one last time, that was The Expert from my album Happy Monster. This is some goofy shit. I'm gonna see what it is in a minute. I don't totally hate this, but I'd like it to be, just haven't found sort of a sound to it that I don't perhaps hate. I don't know, you want to do something different with this? This shit. Same stuff. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just kind of tinkering right now to see if I get more of a feel of something I like for this instrument. It also just doesn't need to be so much, you know? Like, I should just cut a shit ton out of this. It's doing way too much at the moment. I can't type. My fingers gross. What if we came from the other side of what I think? Wait, but it's already got like dotted. Yes, it's more dotted. Right? Because like, check this. So you got. Dang it. So the what, 4 is already a dotted quarter. No, it's not a dotted quarter. That's some wicked weirdness. That's a dotted quarter. Right? So like some of it already exists. Is that what I want? Maybe that's what I want. Why is that different than the song? Como? That's just ridiculous. Wait. I thought it would show it. Can I hear it? Wait, can I see it? Is that what I was thinking it is? Is this what I want? No, that's what I want. Oh, alright, back on itself. Nah, I don't think I care. Ooh. Right? Let's just fucking ridiculous it. Let's ridiculous it. Let's go bigger. Let's go bigger. I still hate this shit. Looking over it right now. I'll go back to this some other time and maybe I'll be able to mess with that in such a way that I'm like, okay, now this is what I actually like. Just haven't found what I like for that yet. I don't know. Part of the problem. Or part of the challenge? Challenge. That's what I'm looking for. Challenge. A problem you solve, not a problem like, oh no. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, man. I might have overdone that break. Quack, quack. Wada? Give me Wada. Wait. You're not done. Where have... I gone with you and went away. I don't need you. You don't need you there. Yeah, there. Actually, how bad is that? Do I like that? Yeah, I don't hate that. Oh, yeah. I think I feel kind of bored with it through here, maybe? Uh-oh, why did I break? That was weird. Hold on, what was that sound? I don't remember that. Oh. How do you need to be so loud? It's weird. What if I just low pass the whole fucking thing? Okay, it's a little cut coming out of here now. Quack, quack. Maybe I want another compressor on here. Let's see what it should look like. It gets weird at any point. Maybe we just took a little off the tippy top. Let's see. What is it? Boom, 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 boom. Let's go to the beginning. That's not the beginning. Get out of town, Jack. What if I want to keep it harder? I like it like that, except for let's put you here. Oh, I guess and then you here too. No, I'm bored of that one now. Let's look at some more fun stuff. Stuff I'm more excited. What falls in that category? What's in here? Stuff. You know. Where's this thing at? Is this done, maybe? A ver, a ver, a ver. Da 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 da. Okay. Oh no, it's all hidden. Oh no, I don't want that though. That's too much for me to look at. Oh, you stop it. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm like so. Something's going on here too. Alright. Yeah, I believe I'm telling myself it is finished. Hysterical. You pray for a miracle. You got the grace of a six-fingered monocle. The brass and the glass, just biding this time to pass. Not your ordinary rabbit hole, but just another boring gas hole. Lights are lighter than the leaves on the breeze. Gesundheit, motherfucker, I said motherfucking sneeze. Pop to your knees, bow down and say please. Corny ass motherfuckers belong on stage at a Chuck E. Cheese. The lines are lighter than the leaves on the breeze. Gesundheit, motherfucker, I said motherfucking sneeze. Pop to your knees, bow down and say please. Corny ass motherfuckers belong on stage at a Chuck E. Cheese. This is called GZMF. And so I guess this will be the next single after I got just so much shit coming up. So I got this track I'm working on with Slim, plus I got my single Crastinator coming out July 4th. Hysterical. You prayed for a miracle. You got the grace of a six-fingered monocle. the brass on the glass. Just adding this time to pass. Not your ordinary rabbit hole. You're an ass. Oh.
Leaves on the breeze. Gesundheit, motherfucker, I could motherfucking sneeze. Hop to your knees, bow down and say please.
Corny ass motherfuckers belong on stage at serving me pizza, serving the kiddies pizza. Everyone loves Chuck E. Cheese. Video games, Tekken Tag, Killer Instinct, some weird racer game where it turns you sideways and shit. Oh man. Shit. Oh, so as I was saying, I got a song, excuse me, that I'm working on with Slim for his upcoming album, Long Island IC's Lost Island. My bad. Excuse me. Yeah, so it was GZMF. All right, cool. Well, I need to work on that one then. What's? Oh, and Sin Eater's coming out July 4th, and then after that, somewhere in there, GZMF, what we just listened to, is coming out, and then I got another song called "Fame Can't Wait." That's connected. It's on the what's it called? I'm trying to get my words straight so that I'm more practiced at this when people ask. It's the Last Testament of Beck mixtape. So homie, a writer, journalist, investigative journalist. She's fucking cool. But Josie wrote this book, Last Testament of Beck, and it's coming out in November. And related to that, there is a mixtape that's coming out. And so I wrote a song for that. It should be on that. I mean, I guess it's not final until it's final, but that's the intention thus far. So that should be really cool. I'm excited about this. I haven't actually explicitly been told any of the other artists that are going to be on this mixtape yet, but I know there's some people that I know. So, but I don't like. This has been through some, well, and also too, hopefully they're all still attached to their project as well, but I don't remember which homies those were. Anyway, so like I know of some of the people, I know some of the people know of some of the people, maybe don't anymore, I don't know, but so I'm excited. This is going to be a bunch of surprises, so it'll be cool, but anyway, I was fortunate enough to be handed an advanced copy of it, and it's a pretty rad fucking book. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But like I said, I guess more selfishly, also keep your eyes peeled or your earballs peeled for that single of mine that'll in theory be featured on that mixtape for the book Last Testament of Beck. Josie, I just realized I don't have for sure any way to know how to pronounce her last name. In my brain, I've always said Reisman, Josie Reisman, but it could be Reisman. I don't actually know how her name's pronounced now that I think about it. But she also wrote like some New York Times bestseller called Ringleader. I think that's what that one's called. It's about the dude that's the CEO or was recently stepped down, maybe WWF and then WWE and then I guess it's WCW now, or maybe I get shit mixed up. I don't know, I get my federations mixed up. I'm not in the know with the wrestling, which is funny. I'm always like adjacent to the wrestling. Like I've always had homies and people that I've worked with that are like in it that I've just never been like, I don't know, it's been around me. But anyway, McMahon, what the fuck's that guy's name? Something McMahon, Vince McMahon, does that sound right? But anyway, she wrote a book about that fool. that was like a pretty big deal, so that's cool. Like I said, the advanced copy I got of West Heston in the back was really good, so I was pretty geeked on it. I have little moments here and there where my brain, like, it's like, it goes back out, it's like, oh, when this happened. And I don't know, I like the way she set up a lot of sort of the material events and actual like you know, facts, but portrays them like, or just sets them all up next to each other in such a way that like you can't miss some of the symbolism and just like the way that life unfolded, or maybe, you know, was intended to unfold for back, who knows. But it was a very interesting read. I might be biased because I also have just liked Beck's music for a long time. But I don't think I'm a rare case. A lot of people like his music. So if you're one of those people, and especially if you like a nice, it feels when you read it like sort of a cross between a novel and typical, like, traditional sort of dry nonfiction. It's not dry by any means. That's like the novel piece. It's a well-told story. I don't know. I appreciate you know, there's some kinds of books, I swear, just like even storytelling in like really kind of any medium, where it's like the topic's interesting, you want to know more, but the storytelling itself isn't done well, and just like, oh man, it's just slog. You're like, you're working to find these answers, but you still want to know. You spend time going, God, do I really want to keep going with this? This book isn't like that. This one was like, it was kind of nice. I was like, oh, I appreciate that it doesn't fuck with me. You know, it just keeps giving me all the information I'm curious about, right? But it sets it up nicely too. Like, you know where you're going, even if you don't know where you're going to end up. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that doesn't make sense. It definitely got some good work in at the break. Oh, I didn't do anything on that last way. Hold up, I gotta go back. I was just like babbling about this book, and I forgot to even like look at like why I open the last project up. All right, must be go season. Weird noises. All right, let's see. What's the end look like? No, okay, you ain't done. Like I listened to it through, but didn't make any decisions on what it was going to be and where it was going. Like, didn't look to see. So far, what a mess. Yo, this homie's stoned. Okay, how do you look? I feel like I'm probably cool with that. Mess up a little bit more with my earballs so I can hear this out the headphones. Oof. Oh yeah. That one actually is a little too raw for me. Too sharp. Which one are you? That one? Yeah. I was going to do this. I'm happier with that. It annoys me less. Alright. Oh, okay. What am I actually doing here? AC. What is going on? Anything coming in this way? Alright, let's just ditch you so you're not in my way. Whoa! It's just a wiggly song. About the bass. Oh, the bottle. Bottle. Okay. Wait, is this just those samples? Fuck yeah, dog. Alright. Wait, so I just did like samples and then I did say buses on buses on buses. Yo, homie, I heard you like buses, so we put some buses in your buses. Buses and buses. Oh yeah, wait. Dame más buses, way. Anyway, I'm not dwell on that too long. But let's get you, let's see. Compresor. ¿Cómo te ves? As I say one. You? Oh man, some of them still really pokey. Got them pokey bits. Oh look, that was try to. It looks like a little bit of an attempt to handle some of that. Like burning out a little bit there. Doing burnies. There's a character on Bob's Burgers that calls them burnies, and I don't know why that's super funny to me. It's not a way I've heard it. I haven't heard that term for it. Doing burnies in the parking lot. It makes sense. Like, so someone says it, and even though I had never heard it before, I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. Context makes sense. This is the necessary story. Hey, you want to hear a story? It's gonna take up time out of your life that you will never get back. But so the dude calls them burnies. I don't know, because it's not like a phrase that I've heard anywhere I've been. It tickled me, and so it still does. I don't know. Words are fun. I actually considered getting a graduate degree in linguistics at one point. I'm not opposed to that. I'm not saying that I would make the same decision if I did it over. Who knows? Either way, I think I would find. I don't know, maybe I would have been happier the other way, but maybe I would have ended up getting to spend as much time doing music coaching. You know, little things like butterfly effects and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm gonna like this better or not. We're gonna find out. I feel like this will feel maybe a little bit more tame. I'm trying to put you like just 4, maybe 3.5. Itchy noses. Let's go from here. My leg is better. Okay. I don't know if they need all that back though. Like it can come in maybe later. Oh, you know what? Did I handle it over here? Not really. Maybe I don't care. Hold on. Let's just check it with span. I want to see how the correlation looks. Nah, not awesome. Wait, yeah, wait, yeah. Hold on. Silly AC. Oh, that's bad. What do I want to do this with? Well, let's take a look at EQ and let's also take a drop utility on there in case I want to handle it that way. This side, hold up, I want span open where I'm looking at. Where you at, span? There we are. Rock, rock. Block more. Like I noticed that before. Okay. Like how? Wow. Or maybe I just forgot how much I like that. I need to bring that up. I'll deal with that. I'll deal with you shortly. I'll actually probably forget about you shortly, but who knows. But anyway. Don't mind me, I'm having a conversation with my send buses. With my sends. Fixed a lot of that. Yeah, still got that left right, but not quite as awkward. Think I like. Oh wait, I was gonna work on you next. You? Think so. Got some cool chitters there. Let's use this. Let's see. What can we do with you? That's not where I wanted it, is it? I mean, it's still cool, but that's not the thing I was trying to chase. Oh, right, those ones. Okay. That's why. Up there. Okay, take it out there. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, Slim, what's up, homie? Cynthia, I love it. Yeah. Oh, hey, so went over in probably too long-winded a way, but I went over how I set up and went through that the cleanup on that mix. So if you even scroll back in the same stream, like you can see that. So you can check it out whenever you want, if you want to see what I did there. Otherwise, how you doing, man? What? Do I want to use this one? I like this one. I like the responsiveness of Molotov. Maybe I want that. What kind of shapes do I want out these things? Actually, I wonder how it looks with the long. Let's try Molotov. What am I looking for? There we go. Found it. This is what I was thinking. You can go back to here. Shot the grapes. Let's see. I don't think I want this for the moment. Let's beat you up a little bit. Look at this side. Oh, okay. I think I'm like this. Wait a second. Oh wait, no. That's what's happening. Maybe I don't need it so low. Back more. Oh, you're way too long. I don't need you so long. I want this bouncing. I just want that needle just flipping all over the place. Let's have some fun here. It is. It's kind of like a goofy stage, like like over the top kind of acting, you know? Like very Broadway. Vaudeville even. It's like that vaudeville hip hop. Yeah, it's still higher yet. Yeah, okay. Let's see, a little makeup on there, maybe. Yeah, there. Come on. Oh, like a half. On there. Alright, get going again, see what I think. Hey! There's a part in there where it kind of goes, and it sounds like a rooster when he's mad. He gets mad at two of the other chickens and he growls like that. It's kind of cool actually though, because if there was ever like a someone who wasn't supposed to be like around the chickens, he would be really scary if you didn't realize what he was and what he was doing. He's just like weird ass, like uncanny growl around the corner. Like, yep, fuck no, I'm out. I'm good. All right, I think I like where that's headed. Let's move on a little bit. I want to mix it up for my brain. Hello, that one next. Maybe I work on that one next. Work on that one. Let's see. Some of them might be done too. A bunch of these are like just waiting for bigger things to happen, and then they'll be ready to rock. And like make a bunch of releases happen. I gotta make this album happen. I got a lot of things going on. Shit gets piled up in the calendar, and things start sitting, waiting their turn. You know, that happens when you're busy. I thought I was done with this? No, okay, I'm still working. Oh, I like this one. Hold up, let's throw some smashy smash smash. Where do I want you at? Hey, this is smashy smash, isn't it? No, this is all external side chain shit, side chain, side chain. Side chain. Let's do one more. I usually like to do these before my side chain dynamics, but I'm gonna do it after. Let's keep things a little bit tamer. I don't want this big ass peaks. Dump them. Cut them all out. Boom, boom. Wow, 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 wow. Maybe just snip a hair. When you're on, when you're not. Well, a tiny little bit here. Alright, and then get loud cue. Yeah, some of those are just like way too blasting up there. Yeah. Oh, way happier with that. Alright, span, help me. Bum, bum. Hey Lisa, what's up, homie? How are you? Oh. Nice, nice, nice. Good to see you, Lisa, as always. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Well, it is a tad bit messy. Let's solve this back here. You. It's the ping-pongy. The pingy and the pongy. There's a problem with ping pong. You know what? Let's deal with you later then. Let me deal with you over here. Let's see if I can fix it this way. You. Otra vez. Como antes. Here I cut and some that shit out better. Quizá no. No. Okay. There it is. Why am I not seeing that? Huh. Alright, doing it there. Oh, I had been working on this at some point and then took myself away from it. I want to do it. I don't think so. Let's do this. Brown, brown, blam, brown. Right? Well, what it reminded me of when I was putting it together was like marching band is like a big part of like football, especially college football. And what do they call them? The drum major, the person that like leads the marching band, has a whistle and they blow it in a certain cadence. I don't know, it probably changes with songs and shit. I don't understand what they do. But then they play a bunch of music with like, you know, a shit ton of brass and like other winds and drums and whatnot. So it's like kind of gives me some of that feel where they're playing something kind of swingy. So like the football referee vibes with the whistle, like same shit, you know? Like it's just very like hot Saturday morning. You know, like barbecue and fucking potato salad and shit. Alright, what was I? Oh yeah, this bus. I decide how I want to cut this one. I think I want it tighter. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I was pushing too much through from that bass track. Yeah, this one's not so bad in here now. Am I using much? I'm trying to decide if I want to like boost up that sustain and release in the high end, give it more like more reverb in there, you hear more of it. Let's try it. See if it gives it a more open air sound. I want to do this. Try 3, 70 to start. Go hard, not that hard. There we go. Any weird sounds around here lately in this neighborhood. Loud, weird shit. Sometimes my hearing just gets really funky sometimes and picks up shit way better than other times. That shit trips me out. What was my brain at? Oh, I was cutting this shit up. Big up at here, see what the future look like coming out. I just want to peek at you. Loud right now. Don't show me anything else before it gets there. I don't know if that's the way I want to do that. Well, whatever. That's what I decided to do. Just trying to find some more spots to do some cut and to make this messy drum bus more manageable. He's like pushing too much through this here, so it's sort of restricting some of my ability to manage it. Yeah, how hot are you coming out? Kind of not bad. I handled you stuff because got a little delay. How do you sound with a... Oh, I like it with the high pass. Yes, let's take one more peek on here. Alright, yeah, cool. I appreciate the lurk always, Slim. But yeah, that sounds really... Actually, I'm thinking I probably could eat a little bit more snack before I wrap up for my evening. How long have I been doing this? 2.5? That's not too bad. Oh, wow. Beating up my kick drum. Well, we catch up just a little bit. Just sharpen those hairs. See if it sounds more pleasing to me or not. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom. Weird fucking noises. Oh, my highball's pushing too. Come on, get out of town. Yeah, I don't want it. Oh, hold on. Alright, but I came in here so I just feel all this a little quieter. Okay. think I know what this sounds is. Masses, masses everywhere. Come on, give me some of those keyboards. Keyboards. Some electric piano. You fucking kidding. Give me some long bits to work with you. I use this for shit, right? Nada. What am I doing? It's so It's so Oh, it's because I don't want it to work on when that one goes. That was why I set it up that way once upon a time. I think, right? Or is it just a pure accident? Actually, that just was like a pure accident. Maybe? Hold on. How does it normally come in? No, that's not default. Okay, there's some past AC was doing something. Maybe not this way. I mean, I could bring up the whole thing. I'm like you. Do this. Do here. Still for a moment, cutting. Oh. Oh, see you later, Lisa. It was nice to have you stop by too. I'm glad to see you and hear from you. You take care also. Alright. It's getting closer to where I want that. Actually, you know what? Now's not a bad time to go ahead and start wrapping up. I need to finish up soon. So how about now? Let's do something. What do I want to play? Oh, this one's been fun lately. This is Low Sky Volume 4 from my album Low Sky AP. I'm AC. You can find out more about my music at amateurcrastinator.com. I got a project I've been working with Slim, who's here in the chat towards the end. Go show Slim some love. And subscribe to his channel and check out some of his work. Does dope shit. But he's got a new album, Lost Island, coming out soon, and we got a project on that we've been working on together. So I'll be on one of those songs. Talked about that at the beginning of the stream. I got also my single Sin Eater coming out July 4th, so check that out too. And then coming in November, I got a single Fame Can't Wait. That's also currently slated to be featured on the Last Testament of Beck mixtape, which is going along with the book Last Testament of Beck by Joseph Reisman. So keep an eye out for that. Also, and I got other shit lined up around all of that too. There's a ton of stuff all getting kind of just smooshed together right now. So check back frequently on the channel. You can always hit like and subscribe. I appreciate all the likes and subscribes. They really help support a lot of what I do and allow me to keep doing it. And I really do appreciate that. All of you in the ways that you support big and small. I'll catch y'all soon. Have a great night.
Have
Thanks
y'all
everyone
met
stop
Jeff?
by.
Jeff sneaks into my brain at